What? You were expecting a meme? No, I'm not funny. So what's up, dudes? So today I got something a little special for you. I got something that's a little off the walls, a little under the radar, a little kooky, a little wacky, a little crazy. Today I have a rogue style control deck, and as you can probably tell from the title, it's the Windwitch Artifact Dogmatika deck, which is a very it's a callback to the Windwitch Artifact Invoked strategy from like 2015. I don't exactly remember when that was good, but it was like around zoo format. So basically what I've done here is I've taken the Dogmatika engine to try to revitalize this old sort of strategy with new cards. We're including stuff like Trap Trick and Impermis, as well as part of the lineup. And there's cards that exist like Punishment now, which can just like 2-for-1 your opponent like it's no one's business. There's a lot of cool niche interactions, just stuff that you really wouldn't think of until you put all these cards side by side to Artifact Ignition plus Punishment is still Scythe Lock plus we have it's Optimistic Mind, just all the other above. But we'll talk about more of that in the profile. The reason that I ended up cutting the Invoked engine from this kind of style of deck is I feel like with the Terraforming the 3 Meltdowns, the triple Alistairs, and Invocation not doing anything on its own, I feel like it's just clunky. Because if I have Fleur-de-Lis, I can still summon Fleur-de-Lis as like an attacker with a Crystal Wing on the board. Granted, if I don't have a Dogmatika card, then that it won't get its effect to negate something. But with things like Punishment, we can also use that as like more ways to get our engine started. So I figured that just replacing all the Invoke cards altogether, and the D barriers could be in place of the Punishments, we could just use the Dogmatika cards instead and just have an overall more powerful, more impactful, and more consistent engine than just going normal Alistair, summon Secure Guard, shenanigans, Mechaba. Granted, you could still just play all of it, but I wanted to keep it 40 with an upstart. That was something that I definitely wanted to do with this deck, and also play Desires. And if you're playing Alistair engine with just one Invocation, which is what I think I would do, can't really play Desires. So that being said, I'll quit flap my jaws about it, and we'll just take a look at the list. Alright, for the first of the 3 engines, we have the Windwitch Engine, which consists of the triple Ice Spell, the double Glass Spell, and then the 1 Snow Bell. This has not changed since it has debuted. This is getting more support. There is new Windwitches coming out eventually. I don't exactly remember when, but as of right now, we play just these. We have the triple Ecclesias for the Dogmatika engine, along with the double Fleur-de-Lis, and then I was trying out this guy as well, the new dude from Phantom Rage. Honestly, it is yet to come up, so I can't really tell you how it's been, but I've been playing this deck for a few weeks now, just casually on and off with my friends, and that this guy came out like a week ago, so I definitely just added him in and don't really know, it hasn't resolved, and yeah, we'll just leave that at that. And the final engine is the Artifact engine, which consists of 2 Scythe and 1 Lancia, and the rest is within the Spells and Traps, which I'll get to later. But we're playing 2 of this because I am playing Desires in this deck, so of course that can be problematic. But it doesn't really matter that I play the Safety Net, because I just banish all 3 of these anyway, and my Sanctums are completely dead, so that's also food for thought, I suppose. But the Lancia is also there just as like a it's like a main deck like tech, I guess. It's like a sideboard card, but for hand traps, we have the double Nibiru, and then we're playing triple Ash because it covers the most ground. Granted, Ash isn't really quite as good as it used to be, but I tried Gamma in here. I didn't really like it, honestly. I didn't think it was that great, but I also kind of hate Gamma. The more I test with it, I don't really like the card that much, so we just stuck with the Blossoms. Spells, we got the Upstart for the placeholder card, double Desires because draw 2. The Artifact Ignition is definitely a spicy option, but believe it or not, the Ignition is quite good, even if you think about it in terms of just like the current metagame for going first or second. It's also a mine out, Pranks with the field spell, Infernoble with the equip cards, and then of course setting the artifact from your deck, we can use Punishment to send a Tis to pop one of their guys, and then pop our own artifact that we have in the back row, so that's definitely an option for us as well. And it also works with the 3 Nadirs in that same right, where we can send a Tis and trigger things and do some stuff. And also, I think, what's the set effect when it's set? It's destroyed? Yeah, your opponent can't kill you if they blow this up while it's set, so that's pretty cheeky. For the traps, we have triple Infinite as a an additional hand trap, and just a overall good defensive card for playing into boards or setting up a board. And then we have triple Sanctum for the artifact package. 3 punishment because we're trying to, you know, open this card and then like search floor or whatever. We're pretty much just always trying to have this card because this card also gives us access to our Dogmatika engine. If you know, because realistically, if we're resolving the Windwitch engine on our first turn and we're setting up Crystal, we can just, you know, play either protect the castle strategy, like protect the big 3000 dragon, and this of course does a very good job at that with the, you know, the 2-for-1 possibilities, and also just getting our secondary engine going. So yeah, that's why we're playing the triple there. And also we are trying to play this card as well because this is just more copies of all these cards, and it can, you know, tailor to whichever given situation, you know, that we're trying to deal with here. And of course it is nice that the card says, you know, for the rest of the turn you can only activate 1 trap, so you can still like sanctum your opponent and then possibly like infinite or punishment them later through the trap trick. So that's cool. And again, you know, trap trick also is another one of those cards that can get us access to the Dogmatika engine, so that's nice as well. So the extra deck is the most up for debate thing about this deck. I feel like the extra is kind of sus, but we'll display what we have anyway. So we have the 1 Almirage. This is just for literally normaling Ash and making Fleur-de-Lis live if we need to have like a defensive play or just, you know, weird things. I had the room for it, so I was kind of just like, why not? I guess things come up. Strange things have happened, and rather stranger things have happened in a duel. Regardless, IP. This is a no-brainer because the IP can become either a unicorn or it can turn into Selene, so we can have the recursion with Ecclesia, and also we can, you know, potentially make access code talker with this. I, however, don't own an access code talker, so I'm just playing this instead. It's pretty... it's not quite as good as access code, but I figured the application is there. Very similar reasonings for why we play Ignition, but this should be access code talker. I digress. Synchros, we have Wind Pegasus. This is just for all kinds of things. It's just overall really good in this deck. Clearing Fast Dragon. This is another one of those. Maybe I'll make it. It might be good. The attack drain is relevant sometimes. Clear Wing is actually quite funny because of the fact that like Master Roll 5 is in effect, and we can go ahead and stray away from mostly link summoning, so that its effect is actually relevant. Yeah, it's kind of cheeky, and also it's ultimate, so figured fuck them, might as well play it. Crystal Wing is Crystal Wing. This is what you're usually going to turn your Windwitch guys into, and you know, these are also backups in case they out this. We still have things to make with the ice and glass that's remaining in the deck. Omega is for max display, but also just like punishment and just like the whole Dogmatika core. That's why that's there. And the fusions are never going to be summoned, but we have double Titanic Lad for the end phase search and triple Matisse for all of the synergy that it holds with this list. Yeah, this is the Windwitch Artifact Dogmatika deck. It's really a lot of fun. It's a cool take on like an older strategy. You know, we're not playing the Invoked Engine mostly because Alistair's too cloggy. That's kind of how I felt about it. You know, this is kind of just like very much a good stuff glue deck. It's cool. It's cool for sure. It has its inconsistencies in, you know, only seeing one of the engines or like seeing all the pieces of each engine that you really don't want to, but those are things that you kind of have to work around when playing a deck like this. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I really got right now for you, and I guess I'll see you next time, Simps.